Hello everybody, it's Al with BobCAD. So I wanted to pick up on this iPhone stand project. I kind of switched up design to make it just simple pocketing, and we can create this this board with some pockets for the phone, and then we can prop up the board, and I think that's a pretty decent design. I found something online that had this design, and I thought it would look pretty good, and also would cover a bunch of common strategies you would need, like pocketing and profiling, inside and outside work. So, I was able to come up with this design. It really didn't take too long. I mean, I grabbed the digital micrometers and took some measurements off the iPhone that I have, and even though personally I run an LG, or I have an LG phone, the LG, whatever it is, the new one, but whatever, Android, iPhone, personal preference. Anyway, so now, real quickly, what we're going to do is we're going to just start from scratch here and kind of go through some of the workflow. There's always more than one way to do something, so even though I may go through a certain process, sometimes there's easier ways or different approaches. It all depends on your experience and how you want to accomplish things. So one of the first things that I usually do, I prefer to draw on a black background, so I'll change my background to black. I'm going to turn off my axis indicator, and so now we're ready to get started. I'm going to change the color that I'm drawing with to yellow, and then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the pocket for the iPhone first. So we're going to say iPhone, and we're going to make that layer active, and then we're going to do other rectangle. Now, I'm going to enter some dimensions in here. This is going to be 2.4 in X. This is going to be 4.6 in Y. And then, I don't know, I'm going to add a 100,000 radius. Radius is too small. Let's make it bigger. There we go. That looks better. So this is roughly the shape of the iPhone. Now, I need to create a little cutout on the bottom here for the charger. I know the new chargers have a smaller connection versus the older chargers, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do line continuous, sketch vertical, and I'm just going to draw a center line like this. It's construction geometry. From there, I'm going to do line parallel, and this is going to be 0.4 is going to be the number that I use, and we'll do a parallel line this way, and then I'm going to do 1 inch across, so this is going to be 0.5 here. We're going to go like this, and we're going to go like that. Okay, so this gives me my construction geometry. I can delete my center line here, and then I can use my trim to function to trim this to this, this to this, and then I can use my quick trim, and I can just get rid of these other shapes here, and that gives me my little pocket, which is a great start. So now we have the area that we want to remove. Now I want to create some clearance for the phone, so that, because there's buttons on the sides, and again, it's kind of rough estimates when I did the conversion from metric, but so I want to just create an offset for this. So we're going to do inside pocket. Now I use layers. A lot of times I don't name the layers, but it helps sort out the different portions of your geometry. So we're going to do, I'm going to draw in a different color. I've created a different layer. I'm going to draw in a different color, and then I'll do other offset, and we'll do, I don't know, 1/8 inch offset all the way around, right? So we'll shift click this, and there we go. Now we have our offset. So we have where our phone would be, and then we have our offset. So the next thing that we're looking at doing is creating, so I drew this shape first. I mean, I didn't have to draw this shape first, but that's where I started from. We're going to create a new layer, outside profile. We'll make this active, and we'll change the color that we're drawing with here, and then I'm just going to add some parallel lines. This one's going to be 1 inch from this side, so we'll do 1 inch there. We'll do 1 inch from the top, so we have 1 and 1. From the bottom, we're going to do 2.5 down like that, and from the side we're going to do, we'll say 3.5. Okay, let's see how that looks. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, so now we just want to trim this up, so we'll again trim to, so we'll just go to trim to. If you know, if there could be a lot of toolbars on your screen, so you can always go to utilities, trim and extend, trim to. So we're going to do trim to, and we'll grab this one and this one. And where you pick on the line is important. Like if I click on the line up here and I try to trim over to there, it's not always going to go in the direction that you want. The side of the line can have an impact on which areas trim. You know, in this example, we didn't see that, but it can be problematic. So if you go to trim geometry and it's not going the direction that you want, that's going to be why. All right. So now we've created our outside shapes, and we did our pocket, we did the phone dimension, we did a pocket for the phone, we did our outside shape. Now we want to create this curvy line that we're going to have the cord go through. So we're going to create an, we'll call it you know, inside slot. Okay, and then really what we're going to do from there is just create a spline. So we'll create a new layer, make it active. We're going to change the color again that we're drawing with, and then we're going to do spline fit, and then from here I'm just going to kind of start in the center of the shape here, and I'm just kind of sketching along a curvy profile. Doesn't have to be perfect, but that's what I have to start with. Now this is a spline curve, so I can adjust this spline. I can go to utilities and deform, and from here I can, you know, pull and tug on this curve to, you know, make it more curvy or look, you know, to adjust the shape so it looks more true to the shape that I'm after. And you know, that's where we're at. From here, in the other drawing, I created an offset for this, but the reality is we can probably just use the end mill that we're cutting with and profile along that shape and be just fine. So this is start to finish on the CAD. The next video will be steps to set it up for your zero, and then to start loading in tool paths to cut the shape out. Stay tuned.